Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box, episode 52. It's the game week 9 review. Now, what with the international break and then FFFL HQ being closed for a week, it's been several weeks since you've had your family fantasy football league Banter in the Box fix. And I am sorry to keep you waiting, but we are back for episode 52. And in this week's return of Banter in the Box, we have your game week 9 winners and losers, a wall of shame update, a special K investigation, and a manager of the season update. Now, we didn't do a game week 8 review, but to be honest with you, not a lot happened in game week 8, apart from the fact that the Mad Hatter, who had been top for the first 7 weeks of the season, finally was toppled from the top of the table by last year's winner, Greece Lightning. And that was about it for your game week 8 highlights. Couple of managers went into the transfer market in game week 8. In game week 9, 4 managers went into the transfer market. 5 attempted to, but one of them screwed it up. So 4 managers went into the transfer market. One of them, Arden Diamonds, the number 1 rated manager in the Family Fantasy Football League, making 6 transfers in game week 9 because he used £5 million of his available transfer budget to purchase a wildcard tactical gambit. And the wildcard tactical gambit allows you to make multiple transfers in a single week at no points costs. But in terms of the game week 9 winners, there are 4 of them. Take a bow. Gobi Desert Canoe Club manager Pops Hoxby climbed 3 places to 8th this week. It's over a year since Pops has been as high as 8th in the table. 22nd of October 2020, the last time he was that high. Take a bow also Shashamas FC manager Wayne Robinson. The biggest climbers this week, up 7 places to 5th. And he has been 5th before this season, Wayne, but he's never been higher than 5th. That's a season high. So take a bow, Wayne. Take a bow also, no happy endings manager Di Maloney. This is Di's 2nd season in the Family Fantasy Football League. She did absolutely nothing in her first season, but she's back up to 3rd, climbing 1 place. And not only that, but she scored a 2nd weekly win this week and registered 93 points, which is the highest weekly total anyone has achieved so far this season. It really is looking like a great season for Di. And the final Group 9 weekly winner, take a bow, Hatch United manager Neil Hatch. Climbed a place going from 2nd to 1st in the table, ending Alexi's 1 week stay at the top. And you have to go back to the 13th of December 2018 for the last time that Mr. Hatch was top of the Family Fantasy Football League table. So they are your game week 9 winners, and here are your game week 9 losers. Hide your head in shame. The Creed Bratton Society's Mad Hatter. Top of the table, as I said earlier, for the first 7 weeks of the season, but he dropped another place this week, down to 4th, which is obviously a season low. The wheels are starting to come off for the Mad Hatter. Hide your head in shame also, Ostrich bar steward Steve Maloney. Well, his wife may be doing it in the league this year, but Steve is not. He fell 4 places to 11th, and that is a season low for Mr. Maloney. Hide your head also, Legends 23 manager Nicky Saunders and assistant manager Keith Simons. They were the biggest fallers this week, down 7 places to 23rd. And they've never ever in all of their history of the Family Fantasy Football League never been lower than 23rd. They were, last time they were that low in the table, the 23rd of August 2018, over 3 years ago. it really is turning into a woeful season for Nicky and Keith. They've already made 10 transfers this season, but it's just not working. And hide your head in shame also, nor fucking chance manager Angela Addis fell another place this week, down to 30th. Last week she was 29th, which was the lowest position she had ever occupied in her family fantasy football league history. Well, she fell another place to 30th, and she's never ever been that low in all her time in the family fantasy football league. And she was also the the week 9 lowest scorers. They are your game week 9 losers. And as I said earlier, we had a new addition to the Wall of Shame. These are the people that have been on the Wall of Shame already this season. Never the Boys manager Jack Hoxby, Luck, Where's the K Williams, whose team name has gone out of my head. He's been on the Wall of Shame twice. Coldplay United manager Martin Maloney has appeared on the Wall of Shame twice. Racing 1895 John Tustin is on the Wall of Shame, as is Napoli's Lee Poulter. But this week we have a new addition to the Wall of Shame. Hide your head in shame. Benny United manager Mark Benwell. Mark tried to make a transfer this week. He wanted to transfer out Harry Kane and bring in Mo Salah, which would have meant he had to spend £5 million on an Oity's Mind tactical gambit, which allows you to purchase a player that somebody else already has. And that's what Mark asked to do. But he didn't have enough money to do that, because his available budget is only 75 million, because he's already purchased a tactical gambit earlier on in the season, and he hasn't earned any extra bonus money for being in the bottom half of the table, because Mark's been in the top half of the table all season long. So he didn't have enough money to do that transfer. Therefore, he appears on the Wall of Shame. It probably won't be the last time we visit the Wall of Shame this season. Now, I've been calling out for the last few weeks that I needed some inspiration, some stories, some banter about managers, and thankfully Alexi Lagos has come through for me. Now, those of you that read the rules at the start of the season will know that there is a very important rule, probably the most important rule in the Family Fantasy Football League, and that is the Code of Conduct Rule 2A, which says it is not permitted for an FFFL manager to assist another FFFL manager in team selection or making transfers. If any FFFL manager is suspected of intentionally assisting another FFFL manager, they will be relegated from the competition. This rule is in place to prevent the situation of someone missing out on entering the FFFL whilst another FFFL manager is effectively running multiple teams. Now, I remind you of that rule because Greece Lightning manager Alexi Lagos, pictured there with the Creed Bratton Society's Mad Hatter, contacted me last week to say that he was disappointed to tell me that Luck, Where's the K Williams, has been badgering the Mad Hatter all season long, trying to get the Mad Hatter to help him because the Mad Hatter was top of the league. And so Luck, Where's the K, naturally thought that the Mad Hatter would be able to help him out. But for the fact of the Code of Conduct rule, had the Mad Hatter helped Special K out, then he would have been kicked out of the competition. So the Mad Hatter did the right thing and resisted. And then in game week 8, when the Mad Hatter got kicked off the top of the table and Alexi replaced him at the top of the table, what did Luck, Where's the K Williams do? Well, he started badgering Alexi for assistance. And Alexi, knowing that had he helped Luck, Where's the K Williams, he would have been kicked out of the Family Fantasy Football League, he told Luck where to go. So well done the Mad Hatter, well done Alexi, shame on you Luck. But worryingly, Alexi then sent me this photo. No, not that photo. That's just a photo that I showed there that amuses me. That's the photo, those of you that remember Meet the Managers, was a picture of Luck, Where's the K, pictured front and centre at the bottom, when he was in a rock band before they kicked him out because he kept pushing the Westlife agenda. Apparently he always wanted them to sing We're Flying Without Wings, so they kicked him out of the band. No, Alexi sent me this photo, and it's a picture of Luck, Where's the K Williams in Ontario, Canada. And it got me thinking, what would Luck, Where's the K Williams be doing in Ontario, Canada? Because I've seen that backdrop somewhere before. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. And then it dawned on me. That is very close to where Hatch United manager Neil Hatch lives. And of course, Neil has just gone top of the Family Fantasy Football League. So what does Luck, Where's the K Williams do? He jumps on a plane and flies out to Canada to hunt Neil down. Now, I've been on the phone to Neil to warn him that he cannot assist another manager without breaching the code of conduct rules, and to tell him to steer well clear of Luck if he sees him. But Neil has actually told me I've got nothing to worry about. And I said to Neil, no, I think you're underestimating the persistence of Luck. He's been badgering people, managers, all season long. And Neil said, Jeff, don't worry, he'll never find me. And I said, well, why not? Why are you so confident? And Neil said, because he lives in a place called Kapuskasing in Ontario, Canada. And Neil said to me, even if Luck finds out where I live, and of course I've just told him now, he'll never find where I live, because the reason that Luck, and I explained this at the start of the season in the Meet the Managers, the reason Luck Williams spells his name L-U-C is because he has a rare genetic disorder where he doesn't recognise K's. And so of course when he tries to find Neil in Kapuskasing, he'll be looking for Apu, so he'll never find him. Thank Lord for that. So Neil's actually got nothing to worry about whatsoever. But Luck, be warned, you are being watched. You are in danger of breaching the code of conduct rule, which will result in expulsion from the Family Fantasy Football League. Not just for you, but for the unscrupulous manager that eventually relents and gives you assistance in the Family Fantasy Football League. You have been warned. And Alexi Lagos earns a Manager of the Season point for giving me that crucial information. Thank you very much, Alexi. Now, pens and paper at the ready, because this was the last "who the fuck is that?" question. And I told you that 4 Family Fantasy Football League managers were pictured there, and you would get 4 points providing you told me all 4 managers correctly. If you got 1, 2 or 3 of them right, you don't get any points, but if you get all 4 of them right, you get 4 points. So what I'm going to do is when 4 managers have had guesses this week, I'm going to reveal how many of their guesses were correct. I'm not going to tell you which of their guesses were correct, but I'm going to tell you how many of their guesses were correct. So pens and paper at the ready. Now, the first manager to have a guess was Benny United manager Mark Benwell. In fact, Mark shamefully didn't have 1 guess. He didn't even have 2 guesses. He had 3 guesses. A reminder, you are only allowed 1 guess. Well, in fairness to Mark, I do say you're only allowed 1 guess per week, and it has been a few weeks since the last episode of Banter in the Box, but you're only allowed 1 guess between the 2 Banter in the Box videos. So Mark, I had to take your first guess. Your second and third guess I just deleted, discounted, didn't even look at them, because you're only allowed 1 guess. I'll only ever take the first answer I've sent. And Mark's first answer was he thought that was a picture of Lyndon's Lovely's manager Joe Hoxby, Never the Boys manager Jack Hoxby, Finger in Hoe Rangers manager Ryan Perring, and someone called Shoppie, Shopie. Now, there isn't a Family Fantasy Football League manager called Shoppie, so that's obviously not a right guess. I suspect Mark meant Sophie, who also isn't a Family Fantasy Football League manager, but I think he was trying to spell Sophie and spelled it as Shoppie. So anyway, of those 4 guesses, I can tell you, Mark, that none of those were correct. Hatch United manager Neil Hatch guessed that it was Lyndon's Lovely's manager Joe Hoxby, Megan Hoxlade Chamberlain manager Megan Hoxby, Never the Boys manager Jack Hoxby, and Sophie. I assume he means Sophie Hoxby, who is Finger in Hoe Rangers assistant manager, but not herself a manager. Mind you, it could be an assistant manager. There's nothing in the rules that says assistant managers can't appear in the Who the Fuck Is That. But I can tell you, Neil, that none of those guesses were correct. Now, Megan Hoxlade Chamberlain manager Megan Hoxby had a guess. She thought that that's a picture of Chairman's Choice manager, yours truly. The Big Knobs manager, Simon Hoxby. I've Got a Life manager, Mops Hoxby. And Gobi Desert Canoe Club manager, Pops Hoxby. I can reveal, Megan, that of those 4 guesses, one of them was correct. One of them was correct. And the next manager to have a go was Lyndon's Lovely's manager Joe Hoxby. She thought that it was a picture of Legends 23 manager Nikki Saunders, Her Majesty's Secret Cervix manager George Irvin, Nicola's and Nelka's manager Nicola Irvin, and No Happy Endings manager Di Maloney. I can tell you, Joe, that of those 4 guesses, 3 of them were correct. 3 of them were correct. But you don't get any points unless you get all 4. So it's rolling over for another week. And instead of being worth 4 points next week, it's going to be worth 5 points. If you can tell me which 4 managers are pictured there. But remember, you have to get all of them correct to get the 4 points. So the manager of the season table looks like this. Alexi Lagos has gone up to joint 4th after he picked up a point for giving me that great material on Luck Where's the K Williams, but it's still Hatch United manager Neil Hatch, 5 points clear at the top of the manager of the season table. Remember, the manager crowned manager of the season at the end of the season gets £15 million to spend on free tactical gambits next season. That's it for this week. We'll be back in a week's time, probably next Saturday. Apologies you've had to wait so long for Banter in the Box. Thanks to those of you that have been messaging me saying, where's the Banter in the Box? At least it gives me some hope that people are actually enjoying them. But until next time, take care. Goodbye.